So, Cube i7 Gaming, just how well does it game? That's what I'd want to know, and I know a lot of people want to see a video like this. Can the Core 5Y10 actually run games okay? Well, I'll run a few games here, and we'll have a look and see just how it turns out, if it's a gaming machine or not. Obviously, it's a fanless tablet, so it's not going to be a super gaming monster, but it should be able to run older titles and even some of the newer games on the lowest settings okay with playable frame rates. I'm running Intel Extreme Tuning utility here, so I'm going to keep an eye on the CPU throttling, the frequencies, temperature, and the graphics frequency. So just to see whether if it's throttling or getting too hot or anything like that. Okay, so first up I'm just going to try a little bit of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And I'll just show you my settings that I have set for the tablet. So it's running 1280 by 720. You can see here that it's 60:9, of course, that's the screen ratio. Keep the VSync on, shadows, no. You're welcome to fiddle around with these settings, of course. You tweak that and maybe you can get even better frames out of it than I can. So I'll just go in and resume the game here. And just like my other videos, I'm rubbish at these kind of games, so it's been a while since I've played them, so just a word of warning that, yeah. So pretty quick to load there off the SSD. So it didn't take me long at all to die, did it? So you can see the frames are up here. It's running Fraps in the background. Just have one more go at that. But it's not exactly super demanding. But it does get down to 30 frames per second there. Ooh, friendly fire. Ah, he's dead anyway. More friendly fire. I told you I'm bad at these games. Shepherd, kill him. Okay, you can see, yeah, that it runs the game well, that's playable and looks good. You can play around with those settings there and probably get better results than me. I'll just check the temperatures now. So let's have a look. What did we get up to? According to this, 65 degrees. So it got quite warm there and no throttling, so that's good to see. Graphics frequency was up and down a little bit, so that's been throttling, but the CPU hasn't. But overall, yeah, I mean, that game seemed quite playable. Definitely seemed playable to me, even with my poor skills there. So next up is Wreckfest. This is a demolition derby game, if you ever remember that game. It's a good game too, but it's very demanding. So the settings are all on the lowest, everything on the lowest possible setting here. Screen resolution is 1280 by 720. And let's see how it runs. Now I've only set the opponents to 10 here. If you max that out, you're going to get a lot of lag because it's taking up CPU power. They're running the CPU opponents, and as I said, the game is demanding enough as it is, so you really want to keep that at 10. I'm controlling this here with an Xbox controller. Keep an eye on the frame rate up here. Not a very good start. Spun out already. Probably best to restart that one. So surprisingly, yeah, this demanding game is playable. It's dipping right down there to 20 frames per second, so it's not exactly the fastest game. Not exactly running it fluid, but I mean, yeah, it's definitely playable. And it still actually looks surprisingly good. Whoa. You can't even call that a car anymore. Beach buggy. Okay, so that's Wreckfest. And a look at the temperatures here just after playing a bit of Wreckfest. So again, got up to around 60, 63, and have a look at what HW info is telling me there on the CPU code. 64 degrees was the maximum it got up to there. And does it say core throttling? No throttling happening there at all. Okay, so on to another first-person shooter, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So skipping to the menu here, I will show you the graphics settings I've got set for it. Since the Source 2 games are quite easy for the GPU to run, I've actually set it to 1080p, so the full native screen resolution. Everything else here is, well, you could probably set some of these to a little bit lower. But I think that makes it playable and still looks good. And I'll just have a look now, jump into a game. And remember that, yeah, I'm not, just a warning, I'm not good at these games, so only for testing purposes. So keep an eye on the frames up here. You can see it is dipping down a little bit below 30, which is not really what you want. I will probably need to lower some of those settings, although around 40 now at the moment is not too bad, but ideally you want to keep those frames above 30 at all times. For me personally, I'd love it to be at 60 the whole time. So running 720p probably would increase that and make that more fluid. Okay, so I'm just going to try and have a game with this and see how it runs. Won't be too long probably until I die. So I haven't played this game for a long time. It's just full of bots anyway. That's why I stopped playing years and years ago. Okay, yeah, so even on 1080p that's playable. If you want it to be really fast, you'd lower that resolution down to 1280 x 720. Okay, so that's Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And now yet another FPS, Team Fortress. So I'll just show you again these settings. I hope this is coming out. Running in 1080p, native 1080p. Full screen, 16:9. And I've left all of this just as default. I haven't touched any of that there. They are all default settings. I hope that is coming out in the video. So the model detail is low, texture detail high, shader high. Everything else is yeah, all just what they've suggested. So I will jump into a game here. Okay, this is another game that I don't play at all, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. Don't know what I'm doing at all. I just joined in last, so that's good luck there. So I'll pause the video and wait for another good game, hopefully a chance to play and actually kill someone or try to kill someone. Wow, I did actually kill someone, or did I die? No, I didn't manage to kill someone. Wow, it's probably a first. Okay, so the game is definitely playable. I mean, this is even playable on the Atom Z37, 35 CPUs that I've been testing out, the Latin chips. So the Intel 5300 graphics is quite capable. And I didn't realise there were people trying to kill me there. Alright, so that's gaming, yeah, on the Cube i7, there's a Core M 5Y10, 4GB and a 64GB SSD, not an eMMC drive, but a proper SSD, so that's good. Thank you for watching the video. If you did like it, please give me a like, and do subscribe. I'll have more up and coming videos on this tablet. And this is just a gaming part 1. There will be future videos on gaming on this tablet coming up shortly. So hopefully see you in my next video. Bye for now.